All right. What is going on, familia? All right. What are we doing here? The round table, two E's, double D. Man, it's been a long, long time since I've done the round table. If you guys don't know, I'm wearing the same stuff that I did for the very first time that I was a part of the round table. Still fits good too. Damn, look at that, man. It's been like, I don't know, a little over 5 years or something. All right, man. I'm proud of myself. All right. So let's go ahead and let's bring on the crew. I see you guys in the chats. We'll get to you guys in a second. Let's go ahead. Let's bring in the crew. This lady is a queen in the trucking industry. You guys could find her on radio, which I want to get to that in a second. 101.5 FM. Our sister one, the lovely Miss B, Becky Lopez.
Yes. Nah. Thank you. That intro was so special.
I want to get into the whole radio station thing in just a second, but this next person is only here for the eye candy. That is all this next person is here for. From Two Face Entertainment, our brother one, Fred Segura.
Yes, sir. Hey, how you guys doing, man? Good to be here, man. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year to the chat. See you, Spanx, and everybody else, man.
Yeah, I guess
good to be on here,
man. New Year and everything. Yeah. Okay. So look, shout outs to Vince who's on here, Niner Gang. They're gonna lose. YouTube, Bam Bam, Spanx, Mr. Garcia, Cuba Lakeisha. See you guys all in here, and everybody that's gonna be tapping in. So,
hey, House, good to see you, House.
Yeah. That guy is so old. Gosh, that guy is so old. His age, I tell you, they got to put in Roman numeral numbers, man, because there's just not enough room anymore. Let's start by introducing ourselves. Now, for everybody watching, you see three of us here. We'll get to a fourth person in just a bit. I keep looking at the screen over here. I'm over here. We'll get to the fourth person in, well, a little bit later on, right? Maybe towards the end of the show. So let's get to know who these people even are. So, Becky, you are our trucker queen, right? I'm sure people are saying, like, how is that? Tell us a little bit about yourself, Becky. You do have a trucking history in the background in trucking. You actually are on the radio, real FM radio. You're not in one of these, like, well, in between the stations, you could find one of these weird little stations. No, you actually have
a radio station.
Radio show, right? But a radio show that is your show.
Yes.
Okay, talk to us a little bit about yourself, Becky.
Okay, well, like you said, I'm a trucking queen. Thank you. I think I am. No, I've been in a truck since I was 3 years old. So that's where that love for trucking comes from. My dad was a truck driver. Long story short, straight out of high school, I got involved with the family hustle. And I pretty much have done that since then. 23 years, that's what I do. I'm in the trucking industry. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how did you get into radio?
Radio. Okay. So I also am a podcast host of my own show, which I'm going to be celebrating my 5th year next month on February 12th. I started it with the COVID time. I was bored out of my mind. I wanted to do something with myself that had to do with interacting with people and audience, because radio was always my dream. I always wanted to do radio. Well, it just so happens that doing these podcasts and being so active on Instagram, I got the attention of who now I am co-host to, which is Patrick Martinez over at the radio station, 101.5 FM. And he just befriended me, and he was following me for a good minute. And about maybe 9 months later, he asked me for an interview because I am also a pinup model, right? So I came into the studio do my interview. We just hit it off really good. He's like, your personality, you're just so out there, you're fun. So I'll come back, we'll do like one show and see how you like it, and we'll go from there. So I was like, get out of here, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. So about 3 weeks after my interview, I came in, which was October of last year. And I've been at the radio since then. I go in there with him. We co-host. Well, I co-host for him, I should say. I do Mondays with him. It's ham radio at 8 p.m. And sometimes he has me come in on Saturdays when we also interview certain local artists, because that's what that show's about. And just the beginning of this month, I landed my very own show. So I am solo. It is Boulevard Hour with B. And I have that whole concept kind of like the Art LeBeau with the oldies and the dedications. So that is what I do with my hour. So you can either send us a recorded message that you want played on air, or send us a written message. And I have a pal of mine, Johnny Negativo, on the mic that reads out these dedications, and we play your song. So that's how I ended up on the radio.
So you take dedications on Friday nights. So let's just hypothetically, let's just say if my good buddy Fred had a stalker and she wanted to request a song to, send, her love, her sickness, love out to him,
Yes.
You would take that dedication.
Yes, I would.
All right. Everybody watching.
But she can't say she's a stalker, because then that's like weird. Like I'm giving into the stalkingness.
So for everybody watching, 101.5 FM Friday nights at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you guys can turn on the radio, put in your dedications with B,
Yes.
and she'll hook you guys up. Let's see, maybe the Haina that you guys send your dedication to, maybe she'll be listening.
Yeah, you can stream us also, because although we are on the radio, the frequency doesn't grab obviously super far. So it is kqbhla.com. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can, that's why I got my little slogan. If you're not near me, you can still hear me, because I'm online. You can stream us.
That's cool.
She got your slogan, man.
Yeah.
That's a cool logo too. The logo she has too. I like that.
Don't tell them, because I'm gonna do a contest.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See, you know what it is, but
Fred, a lot of people may know you already, Fred, but just give us a little bit about yourself, man. Two-Face Entertainment.
Google me, bro. No, not bro. No, no. You know what?
Not Google. I'm just being.
No, you know what? Here at Two-Face Entertainment, it's an independent record label. Been around since 1999. I've done a lot of rap music, interacted with a lot of big names in the industry, so on and so forth. And I've also did documentary films, just a little bit of everything here and there. And then about 2 years ago, I tapped into the podcast world, so I brought the name along with me, and here we are. That's what it is, bottom line at the end of the day. Yeah. And then, I still put out albums, and I'm trying to retire from the music thing, but every now and then I'm still, just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in, and it's like, oh, well, so, but I have fun with it. I have fun with it. That's it. If, when it stops being fun is when I'll stop. But other than that, man, I really enjoy it, and I think it's great. And I try to keep everything on a positive note. I don't try to just, outdo anybody and stuff like that. I'm not trying to be the number one guy. I just do it because I love it. That's it. That's all it is, man. And I hope that people enjoy it on top of that. So that's it.
You're trying to stay away from all the negativity and all the drama.
Oh, definitely, all the time, bro. Even at home.
We're gonna change that tonight for you.
Oh, man, let's go. Let's go. Oh man.
And of course, if you guys don't know me, well, you're tuning into my channel. But just real quick, I was invited to be on the original roundtable. I made an episode of that last week. You guys can go check that out. I am actually not one of the OGs. I'm one of the OG juniors. Shout outs to Pablo from LA Times. That's a good brother of mine right there. Still do a lot of work with him. A lot of the things that you guys see on this channel with the images, the videos, the music. He's the one that puts it down. Shouts to Big Joe Castro. Shouts to Sonny Boy. Those were the three amigos right there. And then I was the spare tire, which actually I'm not a spare tire because that makes four. That makes a good, good vehicle. Yeah, complete vehicle there. So yeah, I was the one they brought on because those guys are old, their prostates are enlarged, and their testosterone was very low. So, shout outs to those guys, man. Those are my brothers, man. Shout outs to them and much love. And I'm glad to be back here doing the roundtable. Shout outs to our sister Jen Magana, who took it over for a while. And she was doing her thing. And my thoughts and my love goes out to her, man. She's a really, really good person. So, but nonetheless,
shout out to Jen and Denise Castillo, Jen Magana and Denise Castillo as well, and shout out to House, House.
Yeah, they were on there with you, Fred.
Yeah,
they were on there with you, man. Yeah,
wow. And you know what? It's a. I think it's a beautiful thing, man. I really enjoyed the time, with them as well, bro. So,
no, look, look, son, I mean, you're not here to enjoy our time, man. We're gonna get. Hopefully, you had a good time with them, because that's not what's gonna be happening here.
It's
Fred.
over tonight. It's over tonight.
We're here to grill you. So let's get to the fourth person, which I said we're gonna get to. The fourth person. We don't have a fourth person tonight. What we are going to do is going to be a revolving door. You can be the fourth person on the round table, not permanently. We're going to switch it around. Okay. So we're not getting hitched. We're not marrying you. We're just dating you for the night. Right? That's it. Whether, you give in or you don't, but we'll have a revolving door for the fourth person. Obviously not tonight because it's the first episode, but I'm already in contact with a few people. I don't want to say schedule them, but I guess I could use that term. Schedule them for the roundtables. We will be on every other week, every other Thursday. Now, like I said before, I'm going to say it on here. We can't guarantee that we'll be on every other Thursday. Life gets in the way. And we might have to skip a week, maybe push it a week, maybe even 2 weeks. But we'll do what we can to stay on schedule. We understand, hey, man, people like schedule. They want to be able to say, hey, you know what? At this time, that's when this starts. So we'll do our best to keep a schedule. Hopefully it can work out. But, we do have lives, so hopefully we can keep this going. Let me see. I'm not that.
You need to have as far as I can see, you also, to be on the roundtable, you have to have a commercial driver's license, right?
You have to have a commercial driver's license. And Spanky saying if he wants to be on the roundtable that he's not that easy. With a name like Spanky, I find that hard.
You know what, bro? I also want to say something though. Shout out to Paul. Shout out to Big Joe, Sonny. And who else was it? And yourself, right? I got to meet all of them. I got to meet all of them in person, everybody in person as well, which was awesome, So
yeah. They're all right guys, man. They are all they're all right guys. I just giving them all.
House had a commercial license too, though. Yeah, that's right. He was a school bus driver as well.
Hail unto the school bus driver. I forgot how the song goes, but he drinks and he cusses. He stinks up the buses. I'm sure they made that in honor of House. All right. So look, we do have a few subjects to get into tonight. We're not going to steer away from controversial stuff. We're not going to steer away from all that stuff, but we do want to have a good time. We do want to laugh. You know, if there's something serious going on, we will definitely cover it and talk about it as well. But we just don't always want to be coming on here and be the news, you know, and it's just always a complete downer. But, you know, just like Fred said, you know, I do this because I enjoy it. As soon as I don't enjoy it anymore, it's like, well, that's it, man. Time to close the laptop. But
yeah,
with that, let's go ahead and let's get in to this story that's actually happening on the other side of the country. I was just talking with somebody about this today because this story is starting to catch some legs. There is some dude who has broken into, now they're estimating over 100 graves to steal their body. Well, let me go ahead and pull this up. Then, Becky, I want you to go ahead and report a little bit on that. Or you know what, Becky, go ahead. Give us what you got.
Okay, well, like Ed just said, yeah, the guy's name's Jonathan Gerlach. He's out there in Pennsylvania. And what this guy was doing is staking out this cemetery. His main one was called the Moriah Historic Cemetery. And yeah, he was behind the thefts of 100 graves that he dug. He would go at night, crowbar and all, burlap bags. And what he was doing is taking bones. That was his deal, taking bones. There was these break-ins that were happening. Supposedly, they have them documented as they started November, December, and this guy obviously just got caught about 2 weeks ago. And the reason why they were on the lookout for this guy is because he started getting really messy with stuff. He was leaving behind like cigarette butts. Obviously, the crypts were open. He was leaving a can. He left a can of the Monster Energy drink. And just like the stuff that he was using as well to get to the bottom of these the graves, he was breaking wooden pallets to be able to climb down and climb back up. And obviously, the directors of the cemetery were noticing that, you know, these plots were getting messed with because they were obviously open, cracked, disturbed, if you might say. So the way that they actually found this guy was by the license plate readers that the highway has. They would see that the same car would go through that same area en route to this cemetery. And they started, you know, keeping an eye on it because it was really coincidental that it was the same car in the area when there was reported robberies that had happened or break-ins in the middle of the night. So his time to work was about 11 o'clock till like 6 in the morning, something like that. And yeah, they started keeping a closer watch on him. And there was an actual person that came forward, which was a family friend that had seen in this guy, Jonathan's basement, what was skeletal remains hanging. It said there that it was like hanging off, I guess, little ropes or something from the arm areas. So this family member seen this in Jonathan's house. They told a friend, and the friend went to the police station and made the initial report that this was found to look into it. So the police putting the license plate number together with the name of this person, that's how they put two and two together. They staked him out in the middle of the night. They actually caught him coming out of the cemetery. And when they did catch him personally, he had a burlap bag with 2 skeletons in there of young children, and it had a couple extra bones in there. So obviously they arrested him right then and there, and that's where the whole story unfolds.
All right, let's because I got some questions on this, but let's go ahead and let's paint this picture for everybody or put it in video. Here you guys go. Let's get just a little bit on this. And there's a picture of this guy too.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
I never thought I would see this in my life. It was an experience that you really don't want to relive.
The Yeadon police chief says he's seen a lot in his career, but nothing like what he saw when he walked into the home of accused.
This is the dude right here. What is it with the bull rings? When did that become super cool, man? Like I never really understood.
It's a new thing, yeah.
Okay, I see some chicks do it as well. Some really attractive girls do it, and I'm like, you know what? That bull ring just kills it, girl. That bull ring just kills it. All right, so there's the guy. Let's go a little bit more.
Grave robber Jonathan Gerlach. He was one of the first inside of Gerlach's Ephrata home when they discovered more than 100 human remains of people who have died decades, even centuries ago. Investigators and medical examiners were back at the property today. They say 8 more bodies were found at a nearby storage locker.
They were basically on display. There was some stuff in boxes, but most of the stuff was on display.
According to newly released affidavits, police say Gerlach used crowbars and screwdrivers to break into dozens of mausoleums and underground burial vaults on both the Yeadon and Philadelphia sides of the historic Mount Moriah Cemetery.
All right. Okay. So, okay. These were all Crips, right? That dude looks like a straight freak, man. But these were all Crips. So he never dug up a grave. These were old school graves with that he just had to break in, like tombs and stuff, right? Because everything that I saw of this, I never heard them say he dug up a grave, because that's a lot of work to get out there with a shovel and a pickaxe. Everything that shows is like tombs, and like this is a super duper old cemetery.
Yeah.
I saw they went into, like, roped in from the top and everything, but I never heard that he dug up an actual grave.
No, what he was known to hit were the mausoleums and the underground family vaults. So they had, like, I guess, a couple of people down there. And most of the remains that he took were about 100 years or older. Although they did find newer infants, like babies that he had dug up. Yeah, they did find those in his possession. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, I got a lot of questions on this. Okay. First of all, I don't know who's worse, right? This dude, or because if this guy ever gets released, which he's not going to, but let's just say hypothetically, if he ever gets released, this guy is gonna get laid so much because there's a lot of sicko chicks that I guarantee are gonna want to marry this dude, man. Who are these chicks, Fred?
You know, it's funny you said that, because when I first saw the story, I thought to myself, there's so many sick people right now. He's like the modern day Night Stalker, bro.
Yes.
That would be like the sex symbol, if you will. You know, to a lot of people. Because there's sick people out there, bro. What he was doing too, though, with the reason he was digging up those tombs and mausoleums, was he was in the trading business of bones, which is not even legal. Human bones is what they were doing, what they were saying about that, bro. So that's a sickening part to begin with. But I mean, to go and disturb a tomb, I think that's that's a very sacred place, and very very disrespectful, if you ask me, man. That's te van a jalar las patas, bro. Like, it's just like they're gonna come, haunt you in the sense, It's like, I don't know, man. This is like totally like out of left field. It's like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Norman Bates, Silence of the Lambs kind of deal, bro. It's like
Ed Gein. It reminds me of Ed Gein.
Yes. Like Jeeper Creepers too. The way, because there's the investigators. They had the main one in there talking about, like, the detective, right? He said that the scene of the way they entered this basement, that the scene was of a horror movie, that there was just bones everywhere. Plus, he had an additional locker, like a storage locker, that had 8 more not corpse, but skeletal remains as well. So that's the thing now that they're getting a lot of trouble with, because now they have to go back and find who are these people, where do they belong, are they full skeletons, are they partial like what was the the whole deal behind that.
Yeah.
And he was selling them, crossing state lines as well. So now the feds are involved. And Fred was saying, they're sitting there saying that a lot of these skulls still had like hair on there.
Yes.
So it was like, imagine the stench of having all this in your basement,
Yeah.
That's a seriously disturbed guy.
Okay, I want to drive this in because Becky, as a woman, since women like to say that, as a woman, right?
As a woman.
Okay, what is with the chicks that are gonna flock over this dude? Like they're gonna find this dude so sexy. Like, what is with those broads?
Pues tan locas. I wouldn't. I personally would stay like 1,000 feet at all times. And where is he at?
Okay.
Don't look behind me.
Okay. Here's the thing. It said, it very vaguely, by the way, it said that he was living with his girlfriend. He had all these remains, all these bones, all this stuff, right? He's living with his girl, and he's the only one that is taken into custody. I have a hard time believing that. Now, I have not heard the girlfriend's name. I had not seen a picture of her. There's like no information about her. I have a hard time believing that he hid this from her. Is it possible?
No.
Yeah, I guess it's possible, but I have a hard time believing, like, okay, who is she?
Yeah, she's another weirdo. She probably helped him sometimes. Yeah. They said also that he had social media. So he did have an active Instagram account and an active Facebook account. Mm-hmm. The Facebook account was the one that they were able to crack down exactly what he was doing. So it was sales of these bones, right? He was following, he actually had his name on the Instagram account as the Ledger of Death. He had 147 posts, 6,000 followers, and he was following 460 something people. Okay, now his bio online was education, provenance and forensic documentation of human and animal remains. Okay, specimen pathology and osteology, reports, validation, and private consultations. So he's very open with everything he was doing. All his main accounts he was following were like taxidermy accounts, the bones, all the weird stuff. I wrote them down here. But yeah, as a woman, okay, like you said, as a woman, we're really nosy. We look at everything, flip everything upside down. We want to know. So for her or for them to claim that she didn't know, that's a lie. That's a lie. And they arrested him under his real name. His accounts were under his real name. So you're going to tell me that you're detached from the world and have no access to social media, so you have no idea what your man's doing. That's a lie. It's a lie.
Especially if he's going out and doing this at night. Exactly. You don't have any questions where your man is going at night and when is he unloading this. Okay, let's get to the social media thing. Fred, this dude is openly doing this. I mean, he's not showing himself doing this, but he's pretty open about it. Like on Facebook. Yeah. Just Facebook and Instagram, they don't crack down on this stuff, because if you go on there and you start cussing a lot, even like on here, they'll go ahead and they'll start censoring that. You could go on there and just start showing like human remains.
That's what freaks me out. What happened to that? I mean, I put up a post on TikTok, and it wasn't saying nothing. It's just what the meme was, and it got taken down. Yeah. And I'm not knocking that, but I'm just saying little things like that. So yeah, for him to be able to get away with this kind of stuff, bro. And then not only that, as Becky said earlier, he was leaving behind energy drinks,
Yeah.
cigarette butts, left some shades, and he was putting it out there that he was into trading these human bones, which another thing came into play about the process of embalming
Yeah.
back in the day of metals and stuff,
Heavy metals. Yeah.
yeah, uh, and again, in answer to your question, bro, it's beyond me how you know uh, all these other sites did not crack down on that, bro. I mean, unless they thought it was a joke or a Halloween thing, but because he was very, very open about it, and I don't know, man. That's nothing to play with. I guess he was posting pictures as well, right? That's what they
Yes.
said, that he was
Yeah.
posting
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
On his Instagram account, he had a post that went back to, I believe, sometime in November or October, that he was actually driving out to Chicago to go deliver a skull that he had sold. So, like, his followers were aware of what he was doing. He wasn't shy about it. Yeah.
Casa, sometimes, hey, you know what? I'll take that as a compliment, dog. If somebody were to steal my bones so they could drink it as bone broth, I don't know. I kind of take it as a compliment, dog. But okay. Okay, Becky. All right, let me take this dude off, man. He's kind of freaking me out here. Okay, Becky. Okay,
Yes.
here's what I'm asking, Becky. Let's say Fred and I are looking to make a little extra scratch, right? A little wham, a little walking around money. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Fred and I'm like, hey, Fred, I got a pickaxe, and Fred is all, I got a shovel. I'm like, all right, well, let's go make a little extra dough, man, a little extra scratch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can just go dig that up and post it on the internet
I guess just,
for
I
sale.
don't know. Just know that when they hit you up, deny it, say you were playing.
Nobody to police that on Facebook or Instagram.
No, they say that it's all right. The fan page that he followed on Facebook, right? Because there was even a guy that left like a review of the stuff he had bought from him. Like he had even bought like a baboon and a monkey. So it's like this guy was like seriously insane.
A live baboon and monkey?
No,
Or
they were dead also. Okay, so the 500 accounts that he followed were all related to taxidermy, skeleton collecting, oddities, and bone museums. That's what his stuff was. He was a member of a group that was called Human Bones and Skull Sally. That's the name of that group he was a part of. So yeah, that's where he had that review where they were like thanking him, and they were like, oh, that now they have their like collection complete because they had added a baboon and a monkey, and thanks to this guy, and that no, it's not for sale. NFS, that's what they call it, not for sale.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Taxidermy is pretty much like dissecting, like opening up bodies, kind of like
preserving them.
Yeah, you used to do that back in school. I remember I did that. They haven't done that in many years now.
Yeah.
Usually they used to use frogs.
Oh yeah.
When I was in school, they used night crawlers. But yeah, so that's already kind of odd already.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what is the process for them finding out all these people and returning them back to the grave, because in my opinion, I don't think they're going to be able to do that with everybody. There's now reports that he hit other cemeteries. Now this cemetery, tell us about this cemetery. So it's partially abandoned.
Yeah, it's partially abandoned. Like I said, it's called the Mount Moriah Cemetery. It's considered a historic one. It is in Philadelphia. It has 160 acres. That's how big it is. And the total amount of the graves that are in there are 150,000. So obviously the older part is the most abandoned part, where like they had clips on it of the news and stuff. And yeah, the grass looks kind of taller on that side. Like you could tell they neglect that side a lot. But yeah, I guess that's where he would hit all these underground vaults and all that stuff, because, well, why not?
You know, they say don't judge a book by its cover. And I say, what I look, all these sayings that sound great and makes you seem like a great person. I'm like, nah. Listen, when you go into a library, you're right. Okay, the book, the cover definitely matters. That's why you want to have a good cover so people can be attracted to your cover and then read the book. The book may be horrible or it might be great, but you need a good cover.
Yeah.
Fred, you have daughters. If one of your daughters brought this guy, you don't know anything about him, Fred, but you're just gonna judge him by the cover. What are you gonna think, Fred?
Oh, bro, no, I'm gonna be like, check this out, bro. We need to have a talk outside because you're not coming back, bro. Like straight up, like that's just. But can you imagine? You know what? And mind you, I've never been to prison, but if I was locked up and this guy came in, I'd be like, hey, Jonathan, you down to play some bones? Anyways, no, I'm just kidding. It's just.
You ever played some bones?
No, you're down to play bones with, dominoes, bones. It's just,
He's gonna want to battle you.
You guys can go find Fred on Two-Face Entertainment for more jokes like that, man. All his dad jokes.
But you know what, bro? No, bro. I would not. You know what? Look, I'm not trying to. Be judgmental, but just by the looks alone, bro. Yeah, come on, dog. Like, no, I don't want that as a son-in-law, bro. Straight up, at all, bro.
We had a comment right now from Spanks. He said that possibly the cemetery might have hired him to make more room. I go back to a story I covered here in Pomona last summer. There was big controversy here in Pomona back in the 80s where the Pomona Cemetery actually did that. Okay, where I don't know if anybody watching is familiar with the city of Pomona, but we have a cemetery that's very old. It is on Town and I believe it's Phillips. So a block away from that, they recently built a whole KB community of homes. They're not that old. I like to think they're maybe about 8 years old, 9 years old. Before that entire field was just a field. So, looking through records and stuff, because that's what I cover on my podcasts and stuff, I seen that Pomona had been involved in a huge lawsuit that had to do with the Pomona Cemetery. I started digging into that, and turns out that the workers there at the Pomona Cemetery would dig out graves and they would cremate them, the bones, and go across the street and dump them on this empty lot that was obviously empty back then. So they did catch on to it because the people that were receiving urns started, I guess, looking through them. I don't know what they did that they started noticing it wasn't really that kind of ash. It was something else. There was dirt mixed with other things. So they looked into it, and there was the employees that actually wheeled this on a wheelbarrow and threw it across the street admitted to hundreds of these people that they would dig up, or they wouldn't burn completely, or they would just give some of the ashes in the urine and stuff. So this is an actual thing. Yeah, the cemeteries do this to make more room. It's not a lie.
I always had questions about that. First of all, Spanks is saying you take them out and tell them I got a bone to pick with you.
I was reading that
earlier. Spanks, sometimes, a lot of times you strike out, Holmes, but sometimes you hit a couple of good dingers, Holmes. That was good. That was good, Spanks. That was good, man. Shouts to Spanks, man, out there. Hometown, homie, hometown, Montebello, man. So, B, you're from Double P, from La Puente and Pomona.
Pomona, right? Yeah.
Okay. look, I always had questions when it came to graveyards. It's like, okay, what happens when you run out of room?
Yeah.
Like okay, there's the forest lawn. That's where my grandma is buried at. So it just goes up into the mountains. So I guess you just keep on purchasing land and keep going. But the ones that are in the city,
Yeah.
the ones that are in the city that you could see the end of it, it's like you could. Isn't that sucker gonna run out pretty damn fast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
There's a
had
some-
asked that. Yeah. And what they do is obviously they don't accept no more services there. Yeah. Or, you know, a lot of them, like you said, there's the big ones, like Rose Hills has been building since I've been visiting for the past 20 years. They're building and building and build, like they never run out of space. But then you got these little ones, like the one I just mentioned here in my town in Pomona. That one's small. And from when I went to go ask, they said, no, we don't, obviously we have no more room. We don't accept nobody new to be buried here.
Wow. That's a problem we're having over here, bro. In the town of Soledad, the cemetery is getting to the end. They're trying to purchase more land to go into that. And I mean, we're talking small because what's the graveyard? Rose Hills. That's in Whittier, right? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've been there before. That thing's huge, bro.
Yeah.
That thing's huge. I've been there before a couple of times, and I was like, wow. But you know, it makes you think. There's a couple of even out here in the Salinas Valley, there's a couple of cemeteries that are pretty much abandoned, or they're just shut. That's it, you know. But to dig them out, bro, I don't know. To make more room, that's kind of macabre, bro. Like it just, you know.
Well,
okay, it is. It's like I don't know, bro.
I'm with you. Vic is saying that the homies from the barrio there that they used to party outside the cemetery there.
That's what I see on Top Street. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you pour out to the homies, you get to actually pour into the grave now because they're digging them out. Like what's up with that, bro? Like, you know, it just I don't know. It's just.
Let me see. They're still building at Rose Hills. You know, strangely enough, man, because I got more questions on this. But my homie, rest in peace, right? He got shot and killed many years ago, and he's buried there at Rose Hills, just right up, just a few plaques because they're not headstones. They're just the plaques on the ground.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's like newer, right? Like the old ones have the whole headstone
over. Yeah.
Right? His is just a plaque on the ground. Okay, just a few, maybe like 10 feet away. He's buried from Eazy-E.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I've been there. So I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like 10 feet away. Eazy-E. He's buried not too far from Eazy-E. But getting back to my question, B, did they say how they're going to look into where all these remains go? Is it even possible?
They did mention getting the geologist involved, genealogist. So, because they, you know, obviously they already know he's not going to know where he picked everybody up from. You know, it's not like he was keeping track in a graph or anything, like a, you know, inventory. So yeah, they were mentioning that they were gonna get that involved because they have to return these remains, these bodies. And then too, they were saying, you know, who even knows? Because like I mentioned, they found pieces. So they're like, how many other bones and bodies, remains, whatever you want to call it, skeletal remains has he sold that we can't even catch up with? Because he was known to have hit another cemetery. I forgot to write it down, but the interview that I had seen when I caught all this information, there was a professor there that said, you know what, honestly, they think that he was doing this from November till now. He says, I don't think so. The professor says that he thinks that this whole practice goes way back because he was way too comfortable doing this. He's like, nah, he knew exactly what he was doing. So, yeah, I mean, the money was good. I looked up how much just the human skull goes for. They go anywhere from $1,200 to $4,000. So
Okay.
the money.
What the?
I say us three go to gate 17 and Rose Hills and let's go.
Okay.
Oh man, I can't imagine that though. I can't. You know, like years from now, right? And somebody has my skull. Like, hey, I used to watch this guy. Like,
Yeah.
moving the jaw up and down. Like what the heck, bro? Like
Yeah.
$40,000 for my skull. Bro, like,
$1,000 for a skull. Yes.
Fred.
Like Predator.
Fred,
Anyway.
don't overprice yourself. You may be down to the 1,200. You're don't over your skull, Holmes.
You know what though? The younger the skull, the more it's worth. That's what it said too.
The what?
The younger the person, the skull, the more they're worth, because the bone, like the bone mass, the mass on the bone is still like really good. What are they using these bones for? I have no idea. It's disgusting.
Okay,
Well, then, you're right. I'll be down to the 1,200 then if that's the case.
that's what Cholon.
Yeah.
Cholos is worth a couple Wiener Schnitzel coupons. How you son of a bones. Let me tell you something, House. You're so freaking old, man. I don't. You'll probably pay to get rid of your bones, man. My bones are priceless. Okay, that's what I was gonna ask, B. So it goes by age?
Yeah.
On how much?
Well, it doesn't necessarily go by age, but the younger the person is, the more their value to their skull, their bones. Yeah.
Okay. So you looked up the price.
Yeah.
But how do you look up the price? Nobody polices this? How is there a standard price that do you just Google this and it's like, hey, you know what?
I did Google it and it came up. Yeah.
Where do you sell it to?
Supposedly a lot of research places, right? Like the universities and stuff like that will buy it. But of course the person had to be in consent before they passed away to go ahead and donate. That's when all the donations and organs and all that stuff comes in. But I mean, how are you gonna really show proof? Like, this is my grandma, this is her skull, she's cool with you guys having it. Like, don't even trip. Like, it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, just give it to them in a bag. Here you go. But see that okay. See, I think we're missing a big part there. I'm sure for the universities and stuff like that, there is a lot of paperwork that comes with it.
Yes.
And this is from donors.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for somebody to come off the street,
Exactly.
Yeah, bro, I got you. Like, you want this? I got you. Like, what? Bro, like, that's weird, bro. Like, that's just that's just. They should go down too, bro.
Yeah, the crazy thing to me, Vic, you're such a troll. Gosh, you're such a troll, man. The crazy thing to me is that I know you can sell a corpse, right? But like you said, there has to be paperwork to that. It has to be like a family member, and that has to be in their will that you could sell the corpse for research and things of that nature. So I get that. So then I guess maybe there. But what this guy was doing, and somebody said the dark web. No, this guy was on Facebook.
On Facebook. Yeah.
Doing it. This guy was on Instagram doing that. That's what I'm saying. Like, nobody polices this stuff. Like I said, if somebody uses profanity, it's like, yeah, they're right on top of it. If you show something, a little nudity or something, they're right all over it. But this, like, nobody's policing this.
Yeah. Let me add something. And, since we're on the subject, and maybe I'll bring something that most people don't know. Unfortunately, I lost a family member about 6 years ago this year. And she was a donor. And what they tell you is that they take things that they need, that perhaps save somebody else's life or whatnot, right? But they also will take your bones and replace it with wood. If you're gonna have a viewing and stuff, they'll replace you with wood.
Oh, okay. So your body still would okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so I understand the part of like bones being, maybe for somebody, some kind of research. I don't know, whatever they're doing, bone marrow, whatever kind of stuff they're doing. Um, but again, for somebody to just come off with 100-year-old bone, like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just kind of weird. But okay, but here's again, I feel we kind of skipped over that too as well. Some of these graves that he was taking, that he was robbing, they were 100-year-old graves that weren't even, a lot of people probably weren't even visiting anymore or
Yeah.
whatever. He just
Mhm.
took it upon himself to be like, hey, nobody's gonna miss this. Unfortunately, bro. So that kind of brings in the whole thing of when we're gone, bro, we're really gone. Like, there's gonna come a point in time where, and I'm gonna say it straight up, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Well,
gonna care.
As sad
You
as it
know,
sounds, yeah.
I have grandkids. I'll have grandkids and be like, well, I never met them, or I don't remember them. Like, who cares? Like, whatever. That's a sad thing, bro, to think about. Really, when you think about it, it'd be like, hey, he used to do. He met this person. Hey, I don't care. We don't even know who that is, like, or whatever the case is.
well, I mean, some of them were extremely old, but other ones were new. One of them even had a pacemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a pacemaker on there. So no,
I think it was still moving. Not just kidding.
no, I'm with you. Okay, so let's. Okay, so if this was one of your family members that this dude dug up, right? Okay, but they don't know which one it is. What would you want done? Let's say this is a loved one of yours, right? And they're like, okay, we're gonna try to figure out who your loved one is. Okay, we can't guarantee it. Do you want the remains to get reburied? What do you want? Do you want to sue the cemetery? What would you? I'll start with you, Fred. If it was a loved one of yours, Holmes, okay, and they're like, look, we're gonna try to get through all this. We're gonna try to figure out, but we can't make any guarantees. We could rebury what we think, find that is your loved one, because then it's gonna be in your mind, like, okay, that's probably not even them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what would you want to do, Fred?
You know what? It's well, not funny, but it's how do you say that? Because that's what was said in the news thing, that they said that it's going to be very hard, if almost impossible, to find who some of these people are, because again, they're over 100 years old.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, though, bro. You know what? Oh man, I won't put it to you like this. And just right now, I mean, if it really happened and I was really put in that predicament, and I'm trying to be, have empathy on that part, but I gotta say it just based off of that alone, I think I would just sue the cemetery, and I'm gonna tell you, not because of the money, and say, you know what, whatever, cremate the rest of it, because I don't want to go to a grave or some, again, maybe the skull is my loved one, but the rest of it's not, or the right arm or whatever. It's like, they're not gonna sit there and okay, we're gonna, the foot bone's connected to the leg bone and so on. They're not gonna do all that, bro. They're just gonna put it all together and be like, yeah, that's who it is. Don't trip. Like, oh well, he doesn't look the same. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. Like, no, bro. I just sue the cemetery, bro, and say whatever you have, cremate it, bro, and just
And I think it's worth mentioning that this cemetery did close down for a while. It went bankrupt. The owner died, and I think the city took it over, and then it just got completely neglected. And people were saying like, oh man, like so many weeds. It's just till recently that they started using it again. So I don't think there's a lot of money there that you can get. I mean, you can get whatever you can, but and by the way, that's a lot of people. So I don't know how much money you're really going to get by suing them. But I mean, it's something.
To me, it's not even the amount of money, brother. It's
Right.
more of the for me to be able to have peace at the end of the day. Even if I was to get, $1,000 or $500, bro. It's like I don't really even care. I just want to have that peace that my loved one was cremated amongst God knows how many, and it just that's the end of it. Throw them in the ocean or spread them around the mountain or something, and then that's it. It'll just psychologically it'll make me feel better, bro, rather than to feel that like, well, maybe I'm not visiting the right grave or whatever. It's just there's no way of telling. 160 bodies they said they found or skeletons or whatever, bro. That they're not gonna. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to be a pessimist and negative about it, bro. It's gonna be very hard. And as Hal said too, the dental records. Some of these people don't even have that, because there was no such thing at one point in time, bro.
And by the way, what if he broke them apart? So maybe they could get the skull from the dental records, but what if it's not connected to the rest of the body?
Yeah,
if it's not connected to the other bones? And like you said, even if it's just $500, $1,000, heck, I'll take $500. I go to Vegas, Holmes, and bet on black.
Yeah. Right. Hey, go to Vegas and play bones.
That's oh, Fred. Oh.
That was a good one, though. That was a good. I give it to you, Fred.
I go to the monster trucks and that's the grave digger. Anyways,
good. That was good, Fred. Okay, Becky, same question. It's a loved one of yours. This happened. What does Becky Lopez, Miss B from 101.5 FM want done?
Okay, you guys are probably gonna be disgusted with me, but it's okay because I don't care. But this is just me. Okay, living right now, I have very little family that I speak to. None. I don't care for them. They don't like me. I don't like them. We're fine. I have a great grandmother. She's been buried at the Resurrection in I think it's Montebello, right?
Yeah,
She's been there for about 37 years or so. I barely remember the woman. Very little memories I have of my great grandmother. A little bit down the road are my grandma and my grandpa. They're obviously more recent. I was very close to them, to my grandma. Okay, so I sat there and I actually thought about this, right? If that was to happen with my great grandma, I don't even remember her. So it wouldn't really affect me so much to where I would be trying to sue or pursue. I'd be like, you know what? Track it down. If you think it's her, put it back in there. I'll redo a mass to re-honor her soul. And, they disturbed it, whatever that whole holy stuff is. But I don't think it would bother me too much. And even with my grandparents, it wouldn't really because who even knows if that's even them?
Okay, let me get in there. Let me get in here, Becky. That's fine. Okay, let me phrase the question like this. Somebody that you love. I'm not wishing death on anybody, okay?
Yeah.
Just think of if somebody that you love. Heck, even a friend, somebody that you really, really care for. I get it. There's certain family members where it's like, oh, okay, well, may they rest in peace. I understand that. But let's say it's somebody that you really, really love.
I would still say the same. I would just expect to keep that freaking lot. Because you know how expensive they are and they don't care if you're short. We'll bury them till you have the money. So I'd be like, you know what? Find whatever parts you think that belong to my mom or my grandma. Put them in there. Put them back in there. What can we do or say? There's no way to determine if that would be even the complete skeleton. It'd be like you said, just the head or maybe a tooth or whatever, So it's like, this is just like one of those really messed up, unfortunate events. Like, how would I even go after the cemetery when, number one, like you said, it was already bankrupt. The city was like taking care of it now. Nobody's there on site to even manage them, as you can see from the clip on there. On top of that, it's like, it's been so, I don't know, it's just the whole, why would I go cry to somebody that is not there anymore? They're gone. Their bones are gone. They put them in a blender, they split them up, and this is what you get. This is your mom. How do you know?
Okay.
I wouldn't want to go through that whole pain again,
You know what? Right. Even and I'll say it, bro. I'll say it, guys. I've had my parents, both of my parents were cremated, and God rest their soul. And there's times I even think about that, like, man, is this really him? Like, you don't know. It's just like, hey, check it out. Here it is. Like, I don't know. That's kind of, but even with stuff like this, it's even worse. I just think it's like, wow, it's just crazy to me.
Here's what I would do. Here's what I would do. Okay.
Oh man, let's go.
I would say, listen, give me as much as you can, okay? Because I'm going on Facebook and selling this sucker and making me a little extra scratch, man. And you know what? I want the cemetery. Give me the cemetery. You guys aren't even taking care of it. Give me the cemetery, and I'll use it as a truck lot, make some money off of it so trucks can have a place to park. Amen, man.
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
How many acres was that cemetery? It was big, right? How many acres was that?
This one?
Yeah.
160, I believe.
Oh, dude, you get your gold mine right there, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, 160 acres. Yeah.
No, I mean, in all reality, yeah. I mean, I don't really visit many grave sites much. I do. I went to go visit mi abuelita sometime last year. But I mean, it's mainly just for you, though. It's not really for the person that's there. They're dead, they're gone. So it's really just for you to go and talk to the wind, making it seem like you're connecting with them. And I don't know, maybe in some way you are, but it's really just for you. So I mean, I would want something. Definitely, I would want something. There's got to be. But I'll also say this, because this, and we'll move on to another story in a second. But I'll also say this. I don't really see this. I don't know about California. Every cemetery that I've seen in California has some sort of gate. I'm sure maybe there's some small towns that don't. But in other places of the country, right? Me trucking it all over the place. Like, I remember I walked into a cemetery out in Mississippi. Like, it was so crazy, because I'm walking in a residential area, because I just go out for walks, right? Like, I park the truck. Okay, it's time for a lunch or something like that. Cool. I'm just gonna go out for a walk. I'll walk into the residential areas and all that stuff. I was going out for a walk. It was residential, and it's not like all the houses were super close. And next thing I know, I saw a headstone. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And I'm just walking, and then I see another one. Next thing I know, I'm in the middle of a cemetery. I'm like, what? And I look around, and I'm like, oh, damn. I just walked into a cemetery. There's no gates, nowhere, anywhere. I remember being in Massachusetts. My tia used to live out there, and same thing, just down the street from her house. It was like almost this person's backyard, but it wasn't their backyard. There was just no fencing. You just keep on walking. It's this open field, and you just don't walk right in to a cemetery and walk right out of it. It was crazy. So so many cemeteries are not gated.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw this coming, but you know what? I would, I mean, well, back to everything else, bro. Just to dig up somebody, bro, regardless of what amount of time that they've been buried, they're dead, bro. And that's that is straight up disrespectful and odd, if you will. I mean, if I had to dig somebody up to get something, I want to get bones. I would probably dig up rappers and take their grill.
Oh.
Yeah. None of these that we found have teeth. Anyways, I'm just saying.
All right. So as it stands right now, I think he's facing over 500 charges.
He is. I wrote them down too. They said
let's not go through every single one of them.
They're charging him with over 500 criminal counts. He's getting some for trespassing, 26 counts for burglary, breaking into mausoleums, 100 counts of abuse of a corpse, which is one for each set of remains that they found. 100 counts of theft and receiving stolen property for the stolen remains, and multiple counts of disruption of the object of a historical burial place and public monument.
And just a little side note, this piece of work right here, his middle name is Christ, as in Jesus Christ. His name is, what is it? Jonathan
Gerlach. Yeah. Jonathan Christ Gerlach.
His middle name is Christ. That I don't know why. I just found that a little bit that his middle name would be. You know, when people joke around and say like, "Man, my middle name is dangerous," right? When somebody says like, "Hey, it's a little dangerous," my middle name is dangerous. This guy is digging up graves, and his middle name is Christ. Like, hey, man, Jesus is watching. My middle name is Christ. Like, good gosh, man, with this dude. All right. Well, we'll see what turns up with this guy. I still want to know who his chick is. I do want to know.
I know. There's nothing on her. I tried.
Nothing on her. So every single guy out there, just beware, because she's looking for her next dude, man. So
and she's gonna make him go out there and do the same thing.
That's right. She's gonna get you on a good one. And next thing you know, man, love makes you do foolish things. And next thing you know, you're gonna be in a cemetery digging it up for her. So
oh man,
I think this chick is a complete whack job. Gosh, they gotta keep an eye out on her. She's a complete.
I can't believe they're letting her walk though. I
don't get it either. I mean, Bonnie went down with Clyde. You know,
right?
They really loved each other. This man was just using him for that amount of money. The money was good, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. No, the money's good. I mean,
the money's good. She was probably the ringleader. We don't know. That's why she don't come up. She was nowhere to be found.
You know what I think it is? Here's my theory. I think they don't really have anything to pin her down with yet. Yeah. Maybe they could pin her down with a few things, but I think they're keeping a close eye on her. Yeah. And eventually they're gonna get her.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. His bail is set at $1 million, but the judge ordered specifically cash. So he ain't coming. Ain't nobody gonna bail him out. Nobody got that kind of money.
But is that okay in the state of Pennsylvania? I know in California, but how does it work in Pennsylvania though? That's the question. Because in California, it's 100 for every 1,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So California is 10%, right? So if that were in California, $1 million would be $100,000. In Pennsylvania, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't look it up, but that's his bill. $1 million cash.
Okay, well then she's got some digging to do, right?
Watch her bail him out because they've been doing this all their life. Imagine.
Yeah, you know they said he's been doing this since around Halloween. No, this dude's been doing it for a long time. This isn't a hobby that you just pick up just out of nowhere. So
no. I agree with that. That's too much mania right there. That goes far. Yeah.
So he's on the East Coast, right? Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
On the East Coast. He can call up Diddy like, hey, bro, I need to borrow some money real quick.
Yep.
I'm getting a text message saying the grave robbers stole jewelry buried with them. Okay. No, I mean, I'm sure there's stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, see, and I said it joking about taking rappers, grills and stuff, permanent teeth, they have gold and diamonds. But you would think that somebody that did that would do that for the belongings.
Yeah.
Which is disrespectful, but for the bones, bro, this is where it just kind of goes over,
Well, maybe they started with jewelry, but pawn shops only pay so much.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you're guaranteed $1,200 at least for a skull, that's the money right there.
Well,
tax free, by the way.
So if they took it to a pawn shop, they, well, yeah, who's gonna come and claim it?
Yeah. No, there's no way to trace
And
it
be like,
anymore.
where'd you get that at? Don't worry about it.
My
You dig?
grandma, my grandpappy.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You dig? Anyways,
All right.
you dig it. Anyways.
Oh, God, can you dig it? Oh, good. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Any ideas? I won't. I ain't digging nobody up.
Okay, so we'll see what's up with that. I kind of like
Follow it. Yeah.
on this guy. I'd like to see. He's only 34 years old, and no information on chick. See, that's who I'm interested more. Not because I want to date her, but I don't know how she got away with all this. Just hey, just there, walk away, and it's like she lived there. But all right, hey guys, let's move on to another little story here. Now, when I first heard this, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit heartbroken, even though I haven't even watched this in many, many years. Let me go ahead and play this right here.
Tonight, we're looking into a headline you may have seen online. It claims MTV is shutting down after 40 years. That is fiction based on some facts. MTV is not shutting down in the U.S., but 5 of its international channels will be saying goodbye by the end of the year, including MTV Music, MTV 80s, and MTV 90s. Only the flagship MTV HD, which focuses primarily on reality programming, not music, will remain on the air overseas. For now, MTV channels in the United States and Canada are not impacted, although the company's executive board has said they'll be analyzing those channels in the future. If you would like to submit a question to us.
All right. So I heard that MTV was going away, and then we hear right there that no, it's not going away. It's going away in some of these other countries, but they're getting away with like the MTV 80. I didn't even know there was all these other channels. I know there was an MTV 2, and I think like MTV 3 or whatever. Now, I have not watched MTV in
years.
Many years, okay? Many, many years. But it's for me, at least, it's like living in California, right? It's like living here in Killer Cali. I don't go to the beach. I rarely ever go to the beach. But if it's like, hey man, why don't you move to another state? One of the reasons why I'll say no is because, nah, man, I like being by the beach, even though I don't go to the beach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
seeing MTV struggle and possibly completely go away. Kind of it does hurt me a little bit, even though I don't know. It's been 30 years since I tuned into MTV. By the way, just to make you guys feel old, 1996 was 30. 1996 was 30 years ago, and it's probably been about that long since I've tuned into MTV.
Mm-hmm.
B, what's your thoughts on MTV? Do you share that with me, or are you just kind of like,
I don't care for it. I mean, way back when I was a kid, like 2000, 2001, their programming was better. They really had music videos. Then after they started with the whole Jackass and all those shows, and I couldn't get into them. So I just lost interest overall, and I never even honestly knew they were still on. Yeah, so I don't mind it. Whatever, they're gone.
I like how B just saved her age by saying back in 2001 when she was a little kid. That was
not little. I mean, I was 17, so yeah.
You don't have to put that out there. I was just saying. I was just like, good one, B, good one. Fred. I mean, you've been around since the days of the dinosaurs, man. I mean, MTV. Since the 80s, man, MTV, and you being in the music industry, MTV changed music. They started even making songs specifically just for music videos to put on MTV. It was huge. Obviously, MTV hasn't been what it was for many, many years. But once upon a time, MTV was it, man. I mean,
the 80s.
Yes.
The
even
80s?
the early 90s, yeah.
The theme song for them was "The Money for Nothing" by Dire Straits from the album Brothers in Arms. That, okay, that I just expose my own age, right? But no, but I'm saying, they had that song, "What I Want My MTV,"
Yeah.
Right.
and I remember it from then, and even into the '90s when the Chronic album, the Dr. Dre Chronic album with the Snoop Dogg and all those videos came out. It was
Yo
a thing.
MTV Raps.
Yes.
TV Rap. Yeah,
Yes.
NWA was on there right here on Yo MTV Raps.
Yes, dude. So all that stuff, and then see where it started to fall out, and I think it was just maybe a couple of seasons, but this was the start of something new that kind of carried on and leaked over into kind of what we have today too. Still, reality shows. They were the first ones. They had the Real World, the very first one to have the Real World, and it was a reality show. And it had the guy, these people living in an apartment, and the guy, one of the guys was hating the other guy because, he was, a homosexual, and it was just all this reality stuff, MTV from that point, it started to just kind of fade away,
Yeah.
And it hasn't been, well, I'll say it this way, just a couple of years ago, I was still getting paid off of MTV, off of a song they licensed for me. But that still was like, I was like, really? Like, I didn't even know they still had music, you know? Because I haven't watched it. I don't look for it no more. That's unfortunate. But see, okay, then we're talking about a different time, the 80s and 90s. Yeah. We looked forward to the video. Have you seen the video? It wasn't just like, oh, did you hear the song? Have you seen the video? No, we don't even bother with that. People just download stuff and whatever. Then nobody cares about the videos no more, bro. And if they do, okay, yeah, I've seen the video. So what? It's on YouTube. I could always go and check it. Back in the day, you had to sit in front of the TV and wait for that thing to come on. Yeah. And then record it on your VHS to have it and watch it whenever you wanted. Now everything's accessible. Even the live show. Oh, it's on live. Oh, who cares? I'll watch a replay.
The replay, yeah.
You had to sit in front of your TV to watch it.
Yeah.
And if you missed it, you missed it, bro. That was it. So it's a different time. So I think it served its time. It did good, but I just think it didn't age well, bro. Because we entered into a whole different thing, even down to everything else that's going on, music, movies, so on and so forth, reality shows, stuff like that. I'll be honest with you, I hardly even watch anything anymore on television.
Yeah.
I go on YouTube.
Yeah.
And if anything, I'll put on a movie, and that's it. I don't even watch regular television anymore, so much less even MTV.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a psychological thing, like, oh, what? They're taking it away? We're not even going there. It's like when they took Toys R Us. Oh, they're taking Toys R Us away. But I'm not even going there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's just
Can I add that my thoughts, I think. Sesame Street just turned 56 a couple weeks ago. And PBS, the channel, their funding is so bad. Like, there's so many cutbacks and stuff. I honestly feel like that's the next thing we're gonna lose, and that would hurt me. I was a PBS kid. That I did love.
What's a thing too, and this is along that line too, and along of things that are no longer what they once were. And I'm gonna tell you, even me working at the school, I took a copy of the Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, yeah.
We put it on.
Nobody cared.
Mm-hmm. And these are educational programs.
Yeah.
That taught you how to read, do math, and syllables and all this other stuff, and taught you history and stuff. And they taught a lot of stuff. Now these kids don't want to see that. It was either SpongeBob or whatever, or they just plainly didn't care. So we're into a whole different time. Like you said, Sesame Street, they were educational. We sat there and watched it, and it entertained us and taught us something.
Yeah.
Again, going back to the MTV, we sat there and were entertained. Downtown Julie Brown, and I saw her at Universal Studios one time. Like, oh shoot, there she is. John Sensio, all the, Kurt Loder, especially when they interviewed Tabitha Soren when she interviewed Tupac along Venice Beach. All this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Kurt Loder, when he came out, Tupac Shakur has just died, and then oh man, it was a thing. Now, bro, hey, you Google it. Oh yeah, he did. Boom, that's it. And you go to social media. That's it. There's nobody, bro. We don't even go to the news so much for that no more. We Google it into YouTube and other stuff and through social media, and that's how we get everything. Like what we talked about today. It's just that's what it is, man. Unfortunately. Yeah. So there's no need no more. Unfortunately, there's really no need and no really outlet for MTV for us to be even glued to the channel or to the set, to the television set, waiting to see what video is going to pop up next. Like nobody cares.
No, yeah. I remember Daisy Fuentes and Dallas. They were on there, but yeah, no, they started getting into the reality TV thing. B, do you watch any reality TV?
I used to watch for a while, way back when, 14, 15 years ago when Jersey Shore first came out. I would watch it for a little bit. Around the same time, Jenny Rivera's reality show was on, the I Love Jenny. So I did get into that a little bit as well. But I don't know, to me, it just doesn't seem like it's real reality.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Fred, do you watch any reality TV?
Not anymore. I was a couple of years ago, maybe about 4 years ago or stuff. I used to watch the 90 Day Fiance thing, bro. It was like, wow. It just no, but you know what? I watched it because I was like, man, are these guys serious? Like these guys are serious, bro? Like it was just like, wow, bro. Like I didn't believe there was people like that in the world still, bro. But yeah, other than that, I don't watch anything, no more reality of anything, bro. I think the most reality TV that I watch is when I'm watching through YouTube on my screening on my television, That's it. There's
okay. The only reality TV that I've watched are competition. I used to watch The Ultimate Fighter, which is connected to the UFC. I kind of fell off a little bit. The one and only reality show that I watched till this day, I've watched every single episode of every single season. And this season is almost coming to an end. And that's Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, yeah. That's a good show.
Yeah, which I've seen. Yes.
Okay. People keep on telling me, hey, you should go check out Kitchen Nightmares. You should go. Okay, I want to make it clear. I'm not into culinary arts. I'm not into culinary arts. I don't know anything about cooking. I don't know what the hell a beef Wellington is. I've never taken any of this stuff. I'm not that into the kitchen or culinary arts. For one reason or another, I just stuck with that show. I'm not into cooking, but I just stuck with that show, and I've seen every season, every episode, all the winners. And this season is season 24. It is by far the weakest group of chefs. But
I take that back. I would watch Hell's Kitchen. I would watch Chopped. These cooking shows and stuff like when they would, the chef, you've been chopped. And it's like, that kind of stuff. Or Iron Chef, stuff like that.
My kid's into that. I'm not, but I see all the drama and this, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. But that's her stuff.
Did you guys watch American Idol at any point?
No.
Never. Nah, I did a little bit, but it just didn't. Yeah, it just didn't do much for me, bro. And anything that spun off of that either.
Yeah.
It didn't really. There was a couple of them that maybe some of the ones that went viral. Like, all right, cool. I looked at it because of what it was, but it just never really drew my attention, bro. Like, it didn't draw me.
No.
Anthony Bravo, yeah, that was early, man. That was earlier. That was me stuck in a parking lot. But I was watching American Idol at the time, but it wasn't just me. I was in a relationship at that time. This is like when it first started, right? So we watch it together. And once Carrie Underwood won, I don't know, I was like the third or fourth season. I said, "There's never going to be a better one than her. That's it. There'll never be better one than her." And I never watched again. So yeah, that was basically it for me. But outside of that, all the reality shows of hey, they live together, they do. It's like I don't know, there's nothing really to it. But
bro.
Oh, right.
It just doesn't draw the attention, bro, at all. Yeah.
Well, that you know what? We should start a reality show. I'm down. We're gonna start a reality show at the cemetery. So
Ooh, I'm down.
in a Tesla.
In a Tesla.
Well, yeah, because it says that you can see the spirits on the screen.
Oh, that's right, huh? They pick them up. You're right.
Yeah,
that's it.
Hey, that'd be something to see, right?
Is that insane or are you serious?
No, yeah.
I'm serious.
The screens pick them up.
Yeah.
That's no.
Yeah, there's even like on YouTube, you can see like this guy that like he's showing it. Yeah.
I got a friend. I'm not gonna mention his name. That's supposed to test this theory, bro. Because that's the only person that I would, trust that he'll tell me the truth, because I don't have a Tesla. I have a Tesla sweater, but that's about it. Anyway. But yeah, no, they say that the screen picks up the spirits around the cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, listen. I got a little bit of a gripe before we call it a night. I got a little bit of a gripe here, okay? So I just finished my hot cocoa, okay? Mm-hmm. And the problem that I have is that I live in a downtown area in this city, and there is no place that sells hot cocoa. They built a Starbucks about 3 years ago right here, and I refuse to walk into a Starbucks. I don't know if you guys go to Starbucks. If you guys do, don't tell me if you want me to like you. But no, Becky, it's fine if you do because you're a lady. If you,
I don't really, I'm not a fan. It's so overpriced and like people blow it up for nothing. I don't know.
Okay, but I would have accepted it from you, Becky, because you're a lady. Fred, keep your dignity and keep it to yourself.
No, you know what? I'm not even a coffee drinker, but I'll tell you this: Keanu Reeves and for what it is, Sam Smith have stopped by here at the Starbucks locally, bro. But
really,
Keanu Reeves on a couple of times,
man.
Yeah.
Wow, no, not Keanu, man. Okay, well,
Keanu.
And I'll tell you, I personally will say this. I believe that he has a house maybe in Carmel or Big Sur or somewhere because he's always out here in this area on a motorcycle. And it gets better. He stops at Starbucks right over here to charge his vehicle.
Imagine if he's running an affair and you're snitching on him right now.
Hey.
Now they know where to go find him.
I'll tell you what. I will not sue the cemetery, but I will take Keanu's money. Anyways.
Well, look, what I was trying to get to, right? What I was trying to get to is that there is no place that sells hot cocoa around this area. I live in downtown. There is no place. I go to the donut shop and they have hot chocolate. You know, the little Asian lady, running their donut shop and everything. But it's not the same. I'm like, no, hot cocoa. And there's restaurants around here like, no, we don't. No, we don't. We got coffee. I don't drink coffee. A lot of people trip out because I'm a truck driver. They think I drink coffee.
Yeah.
No, I don't drink coffee. I'm like, no, hot cocoa. It's like, no, nothing. I don't know if Starbucks has hot cocoa or not, but I will not go in there. So I had to buy myself Nestle hot cocoa from Stater Brothers, and it went down pretty good. And that is my way of protesting this damn Starbucks that they built over here. I don't mind there being a Starbucks in this city, just not in the downtown area. That's all.
What about Dutch Brothers, bro? They might sell hot cocoa, right?
There's no Dutch Brothers here though.
Oh wow. Well,
There's
we
no
see we have a
no.
Starbucks.
There's plenty of places here at walking distance, but there's no place that sells hot cocoa, and I'm very very upset about it. So
Wow.
let's see if I could get some sleep tonight because now I'm upset. Anyway. All right. So yeah, we hit the hour and a half mark. All right. So we're gonna bring it to an end there. But before we do, we want to go ahead and say this. Look, we do have plans to keep going with this, get you guys a little bit involved, maybe get some phone calls from you guys, and we plan on doing that hopefully on the next episode. This episode, we knew we were gonna run a little bit long because we are gonna introduce ourselves. And I had a good time. Becky, how say you?
So do I, and so did Johnny Cupcake. All he picked up out of the whole show tonight was Daisy Fuentes. He made a comment right there.
Listen, sometimes I would watch MTV. Yeah, Daisy Fuentes was good on camera. She was good on camera, and Idalis was good on camera too. So, yeah, Fred, you gonna be back next time, Fred, or you?
No, definitely be back, bro. You know what? I'll tell you what. I really enjoy being on here, bro, and it's always a good time. It feels good to be able to just connect with people and really put our opinions out there without, anybody really getting upset and so on and so forth. But before I continue with, saying goodnight or whatnot, I'm going to tell you guys one thing about a movie I saw. Well, first of all, I'm not even a coffee drinker myself. So anyways, we'll get that Starbucks out of the way. But check this out. I saw the movie Roofman.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Fred,
Channing
yes.
Tatum. Yes, I saw a movie with Channing Tatum. It's Channing Tatum, Peter Dinklage, the little midget guy, or dwarf, whatever we want to call him now, and Kirsten Dunst is in this movie. Right. When I first saw the trailer to this, I didn't really pay attention. I thought it was a comedy. It's actually based on a true story, and it's a drama. It starts off like you think it's kind of funny, and it kind of goes there a little bit to where you think it's kind of it has a feel of a comedy, but it has a lot of sentimental stuff, bro, because it involves a divorce, it involves children. And it's based on a true story of a guy who would rob McDonald's in particular, and other spots I found out after, come in through the roof.
That's a really good movie. I seen it like 2 days ago. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really. I'm not trying to give nothing away because it's kind of hard to explain the rest of it without giving spoilers. But I highly recommend it. It's one of those sleeper movies that you think, it's whatever, Channing Tatum, the poster or the cover, if you want to call it whatever, it looks silly. It looks like, it's just going to be like, no, it's a real good movie, man. I highly recommend it. I'll say that.
Okay.
I stand with Fred.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fred, my apologies. I completely forgot, and I'm the one that told you that. Okay.
Yeah.
He's a movie guy.
Okay, so give us, everybody watching, give us about 2 minutes more. Okay, Fred, what should we look out for this weekend or even next weekend, either in the movie theater, on Netflix? What should we look out for?
You know what, bro? I'm gonna put it to you this way: being that it's still January, right now, the movie thing is really slow, bro. There's nothing really coming out. The biggest hype, from what I'm seeing, is the Avengers movie, but that's not till December.
Yeah.
A
whole year from now? Next December?
No,
like,
this December. Yeah.
11 months from now?
Yes.
Wow.
But see, the way the movies work is they give you everything toward the end of the year because they want to get them in for the Academy Awards.
Right.
So then it's a very slow start. Like in February, March, bro, that's when it starts to pick up to the big movies. But there's a lot of sequels coming out this year. So as of right now, I don't really think I haven't seen anything that's really like, oh my God, like I need to go see this, unfortunately. I just happened to get on this one because it was available on Fandango. So I checked it out, and I was like, okay, I'm going to check this movie out.
And what's the name of it?
Roofman.
Roofman. Okay.
Yes, with Channing Tatum.
Okay. I'm gonna check it out, man. I'm gonna check it out. If I don't like it, I'm gonna blame you.
Trust me,
and
you will like it.
B, you get a little bit of that blame too, since you're
Get a
co-signing.
Kleenex because you're gonna want to cry.
Okay, so
It is. It's very sad. I was like,
It
man,
is,
like,
yeah.
wow. You know, for a while I was like, why am I watching this? Why am I watching this? I'm like, man.
Why am I watching this?
I'll cry on some Starbucks napkins. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. Gosh, because I forgot about all this. Okay. Birthday shout outs. Gosh, I'm so glad. I dropped a post and nobody gave me nobody put in, but we're doing birthday shout outs. So I used to do it when I used to do the round table as well. B, where can they find you for their birthday shout outs?
So follow me on my personal Instagram page. It's B, like the name on the screen, period 91744. Go ahead and just drop me a message there. Let me know you're following us from the round table. And yeah, we will put your shout outs here on Thursday.
And if you don't do that and you just put in the chat, I'm not gonna shout you out. Unless I really like you, I'll play favoritisms. Unless I really unless there's some dirty brown paper bag money that you pass me, then I'll go ahead and do it.
You know what? I'm looking forward to having people from the chats and viewers and stuff to come on as well. You know, I think that's a great idea, man. My hat off to you, bro, for that. That's a very good thing, man, to have, I think.
Well, that makes one of us. That makes us happy about that. All right. B, what do you got coming up, girl? Anything that we need to look out for? You want to shout out your radio station? Because it is tomorrow if they're watching this live.
It is tomorrow. I have an actual page for that on its own. So if you guys want to follow me on that one is Boulevard, BLVD Hour. And the logo does say Boulevard Hour with B. So if you do want your dedications, shout outs, and all that good stuff for tomorrow, send it to me as soon as possible because I do pre-game my playlist. So if you call me while I'm right there, I maybe could play the song if I have it already programmed. I'm still new, so I'm I panic. But yeah, I'm on there every Friday, guys, at 10 p.m. And again, if you cannot pick up the station on the radio, 101.5 FM, you can stream us worldwide. It's kqbhla.com. So if you're not near me, you can still hear me.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I'll leave that information in the description. Fred, where could they find you, brother?
They can find me at Two-Face Ant on YouTube. Find me really on TikTok, on Rumble, on Instagram. And then on Instagram, I'm also as The Grindhouse, THA Grindhouse as well. And really, in a sense, bro, I'm pretty much everywhere, Yeah, and I just look forward to having people. You know what? I'm like 20 subscribers away from getting 1,000 subscribers.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna subscribe right now.
I'm. Thank you. I think it's 20.
Okay.
No. It's more than that. Anyway, I forgot what I have. But anyhow, I'm close. I'm getting there to 1,000. But I've been very slow. I've been pretty much shut down for the holidays since Thanksgiving. Kind of. I have a friend of mine, my compadre. Unfortunately, is in the hospital. He's been there since before Thanksgiving. He should be coming out next week, finally, which is good. I just been dealing with life itself, and my personal life with my children as well, dude. So I've been off for a little bit, but I'm getting back on track. I'm about to probably knock something out for this week for my channel, and I'll be putting it up, tonight or whatnot or tomorrow. But other than that, like I said, I'm looking forward to coming back and getting on here and doing stuff on my channel and stuff. And usually my stuff, what I do is I just pretty much state an opinion. I put it out there, and hopefully that people don't take it the wrong way and just kind of take it with the grain of salt, or maybe it helps them out. That's just my point. My point is not to, get anybody upset, put anybody down, whatever. Sometimes it's just my opinion. I understand, sometimes perhaps people don't like it, but hey, it is what it is. My channel, my world, like Cholo says, right? And that's it. That's it, man. So yeah, I have something coming up tomorrow or tonight on my channel. So we'll see what happens from there.
There you go, my man. All right, man.
I was telling you, Fred, they gave you homework. If it's true they're making another movie like Boulevard Nights, look at the bottom comment right there.
God,
so
you know
check it out for next episode.
You know what? Like Boulevard Nights, okay, fine. It just to me, I'm very hard set. That's one of my favorite movies. I got to see that with my parents. God rest their soul. There's a couple of movies I feel that should not be remade or even attempted. One is The Warriors, Jaws, and Boulevard Nights. Leave those movies alone. At the end of the day. But if they make one like Boulevard, I don't know if we can do that today. I don't think we can do like a movie like that today because of again, and I'm not gonna get into it. It's just life's a lot different than what it was, at one time. Once upon a time, I'll say it like that. But I love that movie. I love that movie, Boulevard Nights.
Shout out to Buzz, man. Well, they're remaking Scarface. So, all right.
Bamba too.
No, Bamba. No.
Well, yeah.
Bamba too.
All right, let's get out of here, guys. Okay, so myself, next week I'm gonna be dropping a video. What does Hollywood, Playmate, acting, death, and trucking all have to do? How do they combine? I'll let you guys know. I'll be dropping that video next week. So we'll be back. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Gracias, B, for your time, for being here and entertaining us.
Thank you, guys.
Fred, thank you for
everybody for watching. Yes.
Yeah,
give us a follow. Subscribe to everything.
Yes. It's right here on my thing. It's right here on my thing.
Thank you, Fred, for being the eye candy and the sexy one on here, man. Everybody,
it's hard to keep this image up, But hey, I'm just,
I'll be leaving their information down in the description section. So see you guys in 2 weeks. Roundtable.
Stalkers. I'm a man in a relationship, so please don't,
Yeah, only when he's single.
Buenas noches.
All right.
Buenas noches.